Hey guys, today I'm gonna marinate a London broil steak and then grill it. So let's get queuing. I have a beef London broil or top round steak here, and this one is 1.85 pounds. It was $5.99 per pound. So this one was $11.08. Now, these are one of the cheapest cuts of steak that you can buy, but they are very lean and they can be a little tough and dry. So marinating them kind of helps with that. So for marinade, what I'm going to use is some of this wishbone Italian dressing. I'll just kind of cover it, put enough to cover it there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of soy sauce. That gives it a little bit of saltiness. Not too much, just, I don't know, sprinkle on a little like that. And then just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And a little goes a long way with this, so I'll just put, a few drops of that, kind of like that. And then what I will do is kind of get that mixed together. But what I'm going to do is, this is a skewer, wooden skewer for like kebabs. And I'm going to start poking this full of holes so the marinade can penetrate into the meat better. You can kind of use, a fork or a knife or, just anything to poke the holes in there. But this little wooden skewer works pretty good. And then I'll turn it over. I can see kind of the marinade will kind of start mixing together, and work on this side. And I'll just kind of keep doing this until it's got quite a few holes in it, and looks like the marinade is in it pretty good. And I'm just going to let this sit on the counter probably for a couple hours. And I don't see any flies in here today, but you may want to cover it with some plastic wrap or something if you have a lot of flies buzzing around. My steak has been in the marinade for about 2 hours now. You can see how it's looks like it's soaked the marinade up pretty well, and it's like lighter colored. What I'll usually do is walk by every once in a while and just poke a few holes and then flip it over like this. Do the other side. Sometimes maybe just kind of massage it a little bit like that to kind of work it in. And usually if I'm going to marinate meat for just a couple hours like this, I leave it sit on the counter because the pores in the meat open up and it soaks the marinade up better. So now I'm going to warm up the grill and we'll get it on there. My grill has been preheating for about 10 minutes or so, so it should be good and hot. Those are cast iron grates, so they take a little while to heat up, but they hold the heat and they give the steak nice grill marks. So we'll just go ahead and get that steak on there now. And I'll get the lid down and we'll let it cook on that side for a few minutes. My steak has been on here for about 5 minutes, so let's flip it over now. See how it looks here. That looks pretty nice. I'll let that side cook for a bit. It's been about 4 minutes on that side, so let's take a look at this and check the internal temperature. See where we're at here. 148. That's done. I usually wanted to cook it to about 140. I might have overcooked it just a little bit. This looks pretty juicy on top, so we might be all right here. I'll try to get it off of there and kind of not spill too much of that juice there. This looks pretty juicy, so I might not have overcooked it. I usually shoot for an internal temperature about 130 to 140, so let's see what it is sitting on the plate here. 134, 135. So I think I did pretty good on that. That looks pretty good. Let's cut this thing in half and see what the inside looks like here. I'll just cut it right down the center and we'll see how it is. A little bit of tough fat on the edge there. All right, a little bit of bands of fat on the edges that are hard to cut through. That actually looks pretty good. Not bad at all. Well, this is plenty juicy. Let me cut a little piece off of there and we will try it out. Well, it has good flavor. That cut of meat is never gonna be like melt in your mouth tender, but has good flavor. It's pretty good. Let's see what Annie, the taste test dog, thinks. She's jumping around over here. We'll give her a piece with, nice piece with some fat on the edge there. There you go, Annie. Geez, did you even chew it? You just swallowed it whole. I guess she liked it. Annie approved. So I let that marinate 2 hours. That's probably about the minimum amount of time you should do it. A little bit longer probably would have been better. Sometimes I put them in the fridge and let them marinate overnight. But and you don't have to marinate them, but they have more flavor and they're a little more tender if you do. But if you don't marinate it, just cook it the exact same way. Anyway, you can feed quite a few people with those. I've cooked those at like, had, people over and stuff, and if you slice those up thin and you have other side dishes, you can feed quite a few people with those for fairly cheap. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys.